Hey folks, we just wrapped up the in-water portion of ICAST 2024. I did have the Boondocks vehicle set up over there, but I also walked around and checked out some other things that I think are cool. I didn't really do an intro, so I'm doing it now. And yeah, here comes some things that caught my eye. Hey folks, I'm at ICAST at the in-water. Here is Hans talking about foot control steering and stuff.
We're doing this? Okay.
I'm out.
Jameson is gonna have commentary.
Real quick, yeah, we're launching this at ICAST 24. This is our new foot-controlled steering accessory. It is similar to like a motorcycle foot peg, so your feet can kind of hit all different angles. But what's really cool is that it's actually on roller bearings. So it really turns your boat into just a kind of a finely tuned machine as far as steering, especially low end speed. If you're motorizing from the stern of the boat, these guys are just, it's like going from no power steering to, you know, driving a Tesla. So it's just super.
Tell us, what's the MSR?
I don't have that yet. I don't have that yet. But this is an accessory. So this is something we've been developing. It will be an accessory for the new boat. Yeah. These are we're pretty expensive to develop, so this will be an accessory for us. But they're backwards compatible to all of our Bonafide boats. So PWRs, RVRs. You know, our foot braces are going to come on the boat, and then if you want to do these like high definition steering, this is your jam.
I liked it. I can already see you can adjust the length of your line.
So let me show you one other thing real quick, Jeff. So what's cool is that it has a line guide, so it comes out from the boat through your line guide here, then it hits another line guide here and rolls up into this cord winder. So you pop the cord winder out, the spool, wind up the cord to whatever length you need so you can set your length on the brace, and then it just locks in and you go.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Good, my man. How you doing?
Super excited about these.
Yeah. Good.
Innovation.
I like it. Thanks, Hans.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Scott Byers from Wilderness Systems. You got a new boat.
Yeah.
Tell me about this rig right here.
Absolutely. So this is the new Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro 128. It's really different. It's a very different platform than anything we've done in the market so far for Wilderness Systems. So the first thing was we really just took a different approach to the kayak itself from an intent standpoint. Yeah, you can make a boat that paddles well. Yes, you can make a boat that pedals well. But we also wanted to really focus on a boat that was designed specifically to motor. So the idea here was, really lay this boat out in a very, very strategic way to give the angler the most confidence and the most user-friendly useful setup rather, to allow them to have a good tournament boat, or just a good just your regular average weekend warrior who wants to get out and go kayak fishing with a motor. So it starts there. So the design of the hull is your traditional pontoon shape that gives you a lot of stability, but instead of narrowing that as it moves toward the bow and into a single keel, a V-shaped keel, so it displaces, it's actually a full catamaran that runs all the way to the front of the boat. And what that does is it allows you to maintain a stability point when you're turning the boat with a motor drive. So again, it's a bow mount motor system. If you have a traditional V line or a V displacement nose and you turn that motor or your trolling motor to the side, obviously the water's going to want to pitch it to one side as it carves or the other, and if you're stable enough, maybe you won't tip out, but if you're not, this solves that for the user. Additionally, it gives you more volume in the bow, so that as you're standing up to cast or to work your way up to the motor, it gives you all of that volume is centralized up here to give you a lot more stability. So you can stand as far up as you want, and the further you go forward, actually the more stability you're gaining in that sense. The boat also is really, really well laid out. You'll see it's a very open console area to give you a lot of room to work. And then there's just a tremendous amount of features that are included here. You have this captain's bar that runs across the front of the boat in the bow, and that allows you to just mount your various graphs that you may have on there. There is a bin system or a storage system in the front of the boat, or front of the kayak, with a hatch system. So you open the hatch, there's a bin system in there. You can remove the bin, you can access the inside of the kayak. Really, the other thing is that it comes pre-wired from the factory for your motor needs. So we're going to do all that for you. We're going to set it up. We're going to run wires from the bow all the way back to the stern where the hatch is, to allow you to install your battery, install your motor, and that piece of it is ready to go for you.
Very cool.
Lots of tracks.
Yeah. Let me hop in it and take it for a spin.
Yeah, you've got it.
I gotta be honest, not my favorite way to motor a boat. You can for sure do both. This boat is rigged up so that I was talking to one of the developers and he said that, yeah, it rigs up nicely with the 1103 back there. So that's for sure what I'd be happier with. Just not a bow mount guy. I tell you why I'm not a bow mount guy. I'm sitting here doing all this with my hands, and my hands need to be on a rod and reel. I think that's max speed. Yeah. Tapped out there. You know, it's whipping around pretty good, but you know, this is probably maybe half throttle on an 1103. This area right here, I like the idea that you have tons of room to measure your fish. I mean, this is, if you're doing the tournaments, let me stop this. Stop. All right. Good width, good high fences to if a fish is flopping. This cavernous area here is, I think, good for the tournament angler for sure. That's some of the wiring. That's for a transducer, I think. You can kneel forward and access these hatches there. That's kind of cool. Almost reminds me of a live well. Cool. Hatch in the front. I already showed that. Yeah. All right. Let's take it on back to the ramp and see what's next to look at. But this new offering from Wilderness Systems is pretty cool. I think it's in like the 150 pound range. We'll get those specs as soon as we get back. Thanks, Scott. Give me some specs. Give me length, weight, width, price, capacity, all that stuff.
You got it, man. So width is 12'8". I'm sorry, the length is 12'8". The width is 38 inches, thanks Josh. And the weight is 158 pounds. You're getting into the big boats at this point. So
for sure, a trailer boat.
Trailer boats, back of the truck boat, you know. And it's I have a max capacity of 600 pounds at performance weight. You can hold a whole lot of weight, obviously. It's a lot of boat at the end of the day. Launches in March of 2025, and retail price is $21.99.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Jeff.
So this is the new Z-Man Shadtron swimbait. It's kind of a follow-up of last year's Molotron swimbait, but it's 100% Elastec, which means that it's super, super durable. It comes in slow sink and fast sink in two sizes, 4.5 and 6 inches, but it's got a Y harness. It's a line-through swimbait. So when you hook a bass or a fish on it,
that's going to slide up your
slides
line.
Up the line. You've got no, the bass has no weight there to throw the bait.
Right.
So you can use the top hook, which comes with the bait, or you can go up the lower side harness and tie onto
treble hook that?
Exactly, yep. The treble hook just will click and it rides the lure. It's kind of parallel to the bait.
Okay.
So like you said, for fishing around heavier cover, you want the top side hook, but for open water or for smallmouths or when they're biting a little different, you go with that treble hook. But
Nice.
super durable.
Brandon and Daniel. Yeah, what's up guys? So Chris with Baits Fishing, new for 2024 is going to start with our OG that came out a few months back. So this is kind of our ode and our homage to some of the real manufacturers that came before us. So just making something in that round profile for guys that like those throwbacks. Comes in a 7:1:1 gear ratio and has standard magnetic brakes. It's a sweet little reel. And then here at ICAST, we're debuting 3 totally new reels. We'll start right here with our 2 new Hundo lineup products. So this is the Hundo LTS, which stands for Light Tackle System. So that reel is going to come in at 1/100th of an ounce below 5 ounces. So even a fractional difference in that and our original Hundo. We have the shallow skeletonized spool. And we retuned the brakes a little bit to make this play in that light tackle space. So think of throwing things that are like 16th, 20th, 32nd of an ounce. That's really what this reel is designed to do, and it's smooth as butter. So that's the Hundo LTS. And then also in the Hundo series, we've got the Salty Hundo. And so we've taken the best of both worlds in the Hundo and then the really popular Salty reel, and we've fused those together. So you've got that 100 size frame, but the nautical blue finish of our Salty, and also a brass gear set like our Salty has. And then also in the Hundo, new for baits, is that we've included and we use ceramic bearings. So just going even further, the next step of making that a truly anti-corrosive reel, and those ceramic bearings really make it pretty smooth. And then last, for ICAST this year, we have got the Goat Swim. So this is built on our 150 size frame, like the Goat before it, and like the Salty. But we got that matte black finish, and then we put into this reel a 200 size spool. So increased line capacity, fully CNC'd crank arm with those big cranking knobs for lots of torque, and then a set of brass gears in that to really crank down on some fish.
Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.